All right, guys, thanks for showing up and attending our second installment of our mock presentation training. Tonight, as I already mentioned, is all about, how we get to SDVF and how it ripples on and becomes that popcorn effect that we talk about in the lifestyle events. Last week, we spoke about the objections that we get in this business, in regards to, is it a pyramid scheme? And, do we need to know thousands of people? So if you haven't watched that video, please watch it back, because it's our intention at the end of the 30 days that you guys will be able to run your own business event, either in a one-on-one situation or in front of a room of people. So that's why we're doing these on a weekly basis, and that's why we're breaking it down into each section. So each week you've got pretty much 7 days to practice each part of the presentation, and then at the end of the month you guys know how to put it all together to do a full presentation yourselves. That's the aim. We want to be the best trained team in the world and take over the universe. So what we're going to talk about today is how do we get to SDVF. So this is the second part of the presentation. So the way that we lead into it is, pretty much Juice Plus is based on a point system, okay? And to get to our first main promotional level, which is called SDVF, you need 4,000 points. Okay, so for every box of Juice Plus that gets shipped out, you actually get points for it. So for our premium capsules, caps, you get 352 points, and our complete shakes, you get 205 points. Okay, so that's 557 points, which forms part of our Transform 30 program. Okay, so if you divide 4,000 by 557, it's pretty much just 8 orders. 8 people in the T30 is how you would get to SDVF. And if you're a visual person, this is kind of how it looks. So this is you here. You might have your own order, and then you find someone else who wants to do the Transform 30 with you, okay? And then you want to find 3 people who are like-minded or who want to do the Transform 30, and they might know a few people. But basically, you want to get 3 team members on board and just do the same with them. Get them to order their own product, and then they'll find a friend, family member who wants to do the program as well. And that's pretty much it. That's how you get your 8 people, and that's how you get to SDVF. When you get there, if you do it within 30 days, you get a $300 bonus. If you do it within 60 days, you get a $200 bonus. Okay? Now, the other way to do it is 3 premium orders between you and 3 others. So if you just did 3 times premium orders yourself, and then you found 3 team members to do exactly the same, that would also get you to SDVF, okay? Now, the reason why we like you to get started with 3 people is that sets you up really well to get the structure that you need to go on to the next promotional level after this. And we just want to show you too that you don't have to do the whole 4,000 points yourself, okay? So it's better if you spread it out amongst you and your friends and your team members. Okay, so what we want to see, because this business is all about duplication, if we just teach those 3 what you just did, and then they go and teach 3 people the same thing, this is where the popcorn effect starts to take off. And then all of a sudden, you've got momentum that you really can't stop, and the duplication just keeps going. Okay, so this is pretty much how it works. That's what we want to see, guys. It gets to a stage where it's hard to keep up, but that's exciting. That's when you run with it. So that's how you get to SDVF. Now, we like to talk about the power of numbers. There's 2 different ways you can do the power of numbers. You can talk about, how the business is all about teaching. And basically what you want to do is you want to bring 2 people into the business, yeah? And you want to teach those people really well and get them to bring 2 people in the business and teach them really well. And if you do that, that's 4 people. And then if we teach those 4 how to do the business really well and to, bring 2 people each in, then you've got 8, okay? If we teach those 8 to bring 2 in each and teach them really well, all of a sudden you've got 16, yeah? 16 teaches 2, you've got 32. So all of a sudden you've got over 64 people in your business, yeah? Then if you want to, you can go on and talk about the power of 3. So you can go and say, look, if you just brought 1 extra person and taught 3 people and then taught those 3 to teach 3, it becomes 9. And then you teach those 9 to teach 3, it becomes 27. And then if you teach those 27 to teach 3 each, it becomes 81. And then teach those 81 to teach 3 each. And all of a sudden you've got 243. Okay, so the difference between 32 and 243 is what we call shitloads. But the real difference is that you just brought 1 more person into the business and you taught everybody else to do the same. And then what we saw in the UK, and this is what they do over there, they do everything by the power of 5. Okay, so if we taught 5 people and then taught those 5 how to teach 5, it becomes 25. And then if you teach those 5 to teach 5, it becomes 125. And then we teach those 125 to teach 5, it becomes 625. And then we teach those 625 to teach 5, and then all of a sudden you're at 3,125. Okay? Now I'm here to tell you guys that you don't need 3,125 people in your business to be doing really well. You don't even need 625. Okay? So the real difference here between 2 and 5 is just teaching an extra 3 people over time how to do this business. Yeah. So if you wanted to do it that way, guys, you can. You can cut out the middle column and just go from 2 to the power of 5 and not mention the power of 3 if you want to cut your presentation down a little bit. But I'll leave that to you, to your discretion. But using the power of numbers is really important because it shows people just by increasing their business with a couple of extra people, how that ripples down, okay? So that's how you do the second part of the presentation. It's not very long, but I would love a couple of you to give it a go tonight if you've got a spare bit of paper there, and put your own spin on it. So hands up, who wants to give it a crack? We had Jules and Candy last week, so I'm not picking on them this week. We've got 2 new people. Candy's happy about that. Come on, don't leave me hanging, guys. This is your opportunity to step out and give it a whirl. I don't want to start nominating people. And go. Yeah, you go get them. I'll put them on for you, okay? All right. I'm going to nominate. Sarah, you're up first. You got this, girl? Unmute yourself and give it a crack. So we're starting with SDVF, how to get there, and then moving into the power of numbers. One second. Got it. Who else we got on there? You guys are all still fairly new. Mel, I might get you to give it a crack after Sarah.
Okay. Okay, I've got it on my iPad, so like I'm holding my iPad while holding this cake because I don't have a computer.
That's all good.
Okay, so to get to SDVF you need 4,000 MB, which you can do it all on your own, or otherwise you could get 3 people onto the T30, which is your premium, which is 352 PVC, and the complete, which is at 205. So that gives you 557 PVC. We brought 1 person each onto the T30 program as well. You'd be at the 4,000 PVC point, which would get you to SDVF. If you did it in 30 days, you get a $300 bonus. And if you did it in 60 days, you'd get a $200 bonus. Same with your sponsor. Otherwise, you could do orders, which would be 3 premium orders each, with 3 team member getting 3 premium orders. And that would also get you to 4,000 PVC points and a $300 bonus if you did it in 30 days, or $200 bonus if you did it in 60 days. I'm doing this. I think so. Okay, so with Juice Plus, it's all about the power numbers. So if we brought 2 people in, or they brought 2 people in, and we taught them to 2 people, and those 2 people brought 2 more people in, it'd be, I'll just have to write it and then I'll hold it up. Oh, because I can't hold and everything.
That's all right. You don't have to show us. You just write it down and tell us as you're going along.
Okay.
You're doing well.
So, yeah. If you brought the 2, it'd be 4, and then 4, and they taught 2 people each, it would be 8, and 8 would be 16, and 16 would be 32, I think.
Yep.
And then you could either go to bringing in 3 new team members and teach those 3 people, each 3 people to teach 3 people, and it'd be multiples of 3. Otherwise, in the UK, they're doing it a number of 5. So you bring in 5 people and you teach 5 more people, and they teach 5 more people. It becomes a power number game, and it ends up, if you brought 5 new people, and it'd be 3,225 people, but the real number is only 3 other people from the 2 people that they brought in.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well done, honey. You're sort of cutting in and out there, but we get the gist of that. So that's awesome. Good stuff. All right, Mel, do you want to give it a crack, honey?
Me or Mel Davies?
Mel Brandt.
Yeah.
The little pocket rocket.
All right. So when you come into the company, one of the first pinnacle positions that you can hit in the company, and your first big promotion, is SDVF. Okay. Now, when you come into the company, everyone that comes into the company is on the product. Okay. And all the products have got points attached to them. So to get to your first position, you need 4,000 points. So for example, we've got our caps, which are around about 300. Okay, and then we've got our complete shapes, which are around about 205. Okay, so can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, as you can see, we've got about 505 points, very roundabout. I'm not very good at maths. So what you can see is, if you work that out, you can see you need around about 8 orders to hit your 4,000 points. Now, there's a hard way and an easy way to do this in this business. Okay, the hard way is to go out and find those 8 customers yourself, and that's full complete orders, which is completely fine. If you found that you've got a really good warm market, then that might be quite easy for you. I decided to do it the easy way, okay, and I came in, okay, I had my 505, okay, and I had a customer, okay, I reached out to 3 friends, okay, that I knew struggled with health or wealth, okay, so there they are, okay, they had their order, okay, plus 1 other order. Okay, now you can see between us all, they've got 1,000, I've got 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So you've easily reached your 4,000 points. Okay, then all you do is just duplicate. So they would bring in 3. Okay, they've got 3. Everyone brings in 3. Like Christine mentioned, you've got your popcorn effect happening that you just can't control. Like that.
Beautiful.
And then, so I'll just explain the power of numbers. Now my white is wet. Okay, so if you were to come into the business, okay, and you were to bring 2 people, okay, and we really set it up so everything in this business is duplicatable. So if you teach 2 people how to do this business really well, okay, you've now got 4 people in your business. 4 people teach 2, okay, and so on. And by this stage, you've got over 50 people in your business, okay, and all you did was teach 2. So just to show you, if you were to bring in 3 people, 3 people teach 3 people. Okay, you can see 9 people in your business. 9 people teach 3. 27. 27 teach 3. 81. And 81 teach 3. 2, 4, 3. This makes me look really smart. Okay, now basically, like Sarah said, you know, the UK got hold of this business and they thought, what about if we do 5? Okay, so 5 people teach 5. Okay, those 5 people duplicate and teach 5 people really well, those 25. Okay, those 125 people teach 5 people each. Whoops, 625. Okay, and those 625 people all teach 5 people each. Okay, you've got 3,125 people in your business. So this is what we officially call a shitload. Okay, the difference is here. Okay, so you've only taught an extra 3 people how to do this business really well and duplicate. And off they've gone. Before you know it, you got 3,125 people in your business. You don't need this many people in your business to be extremely successful, okay? But it just shows you how fast things can grow with that popcorn effect and when you're teaching a really good duplicatable way.
Awesome. Well done, Mel. That was great. So, guys, you can see from those presentations, you've had 3 different versions. Everyone puts their own spin on it. You can put your own little jokes in there. But the message is pretty much the same, yeah? You can see that it is a lot easier to take in when there is a whiteboard. So when you are presenting, make sure that you're not just verbally saying it to someone. Make sure that you've actually writing it on a bit of paper if you're at a one-on-one meeting, or you've got a whiteboard with you if you're doing it in a group at an event. But that's basically it. That's pretty much the second part of the presentation. Next week, just excuse me, guys.
I don't see it now. Because you touched the buttons. Silly kid. Stop!
Right, sorry about that, guys. The 3-year-old controlling my life. Where was I? Yeah, so next week what we work on, we'll be working on part 3 of the presentation, which is the different levels, so how we get paid. And that's pretty much it. That's where we get people to share their business stories and stuff like that. So there's really only 3 parts that you need to know. And with this one today, you can tell that you can sort of chop it down. Like Mel used different numbers to what I used. You can, for the premium pack or the capsules, when you work at the 4,000, you could just say, look, it's about 300 points for the capsules. It's about 200 points for the shakes, or you could say even Lorian Cameron does it different. He actually uses, you know, the value of the 120 shakes. So he actually says the shakes are worth around 400, the capsules are worth around 300. So it's however you want to present it, guys. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but as long as it's similar, so that if someone goes to a different event, they know exactly what they're getting. You know, so we want to get that duplication happening. We want to, it's like, it is a franchise, and that's how franchises work, by duplicating systems. So the next 7 days, please give that a crack. Practice, as I said, in the mirror, to a pillow, to your partner, whoever. Make it silly, make it fun. And then next week we'll come back and we'll learn the last part of the presentation. And then the following week we'll put it all together and we'll do a full presentation. And guess what? I won't be presenting it. Someone else will be. So thank you so much for jumping on tonight. I will post this up onto the YouTube channel, and I'll put the YouTube channel address up so everyone's got access to all the trainings and videos. But have an awesome night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Happy days. Bye.
Thanks.